We need that random bloke to lean over the table with the clapperboard. Oh, there he is. There he is.
There he is. Take one.
How do you ensure that your proposition stands out in a crowded market?
That's what everybody asks you. How does your proposition stand out in a crowded market? And I don't think your proposition does. So in our experience, it's very hard to differentiate with a proposition because it's basically made up. But your work is how you work, who you work with, and the way you see the world. That is real.
Hey. Something I prepared earlier. Our first client was MTV2. We've spoken about these guys a lot in the past. I think we hold them quite dear, probably because they're the first, but also because of how we did get them. We were fresh off the blocks and wanted to make things our own way. And one of the things that we did or wanted to do was work one-to-one with clients. You know, it was just Simon and I, and we wanted to work very closely with clients. So we were creating a rock-based music channel brand, and we weren't the audience. So we went out there and did a whole bunch of stuff to figure out who they were, these 16-year-old people in their bedrooms listening to rock music. And so rather than do a PowerPoint or a presentation or anything like that, we created a painting. And that painting was a manifestation of the energy and attitude of those people. And that's what we presented to the client. And they were like, what's happening?
What the fuck is
Yeah, who are you guys? And what are we looking at? And it was a painting with sneakers and CD players, if you can believe, and bits of posters and so on. But it was our expression of what it meant to design. It wasn't about just purely the aesthetics. It was about the idea, the feeling, the attitude, the swagger, and trying to bottle that in a way. And we did get that project, which led to a statement-based brand, a TV channel brand, which is unlike anything else. It shifted the ratings even though nothing else had changed.
This is a great example because we had no portfolio when we started out. We didn't show previous work. We wanted to start from a blank canvas. So we had to make something to, in a sense, make a statement and show what the agency was doing. And when we released this, it got us more work. People saw it and were like, you know, not everybody liked it, but some people liked it. But it was very different to what was happening in the industry at the time. It was, you know, people weren't putting things like this on television. It was completely different. And it surprised people, and from that, we got work because they were like, well, okay, we don't want what MTV2 does, but we like the feeling that it's different. So it meant that it allowed us to continue to make interesting work.
Exactly. I think one of the key questions for that is, why can't we do it? Yeah, so we'd make something and it'd be, and then we'd go, well, why can't we do that? Why can't we break this? Why do we have to do it that way? So there was never a, that's not gonna work. It's gonna be like, that's gonna work. And then we'd figure out how to do it. I think we've always had that as a root of how we think. Testing. So hi, Simon.
Hello.
Why are we here? What's going on?
We're in Los Angeles to basically say hi to people. So we travel around all over the world, obviously a lot in LA, New York, places like that, because we've got a lot of clients and friends here. But the idea is just to come and say hi, spend time with people, you know, share ideas, share insights. And a lot of it is just about kind of cultural and social bonding. It's about figuring out, you know, how we create together. You know, maybe we won't collaborate with a lot of these people, but the insights we get and the things we share make the industry stronger. They bring us together, and we learn a lot from it, you know. If you think about the growth engine of a creative entity, you have a number of different things. You have inbound, which is people call you and say, hey, I saw that cool project. So we just released Rolly, which is a music technology business. And we've had several people call us off the back of that project. Very different industries going, oh, we saw that, we like it. So that's a very common thing. You have retained relationships with clients. So for example, we've just finished the third brand with a client we've worked with 2 previous times, 3 different companies. And then there's what's called outbound, which is you reach out to people to talk to them. Now, we can't really sell what we do. You can't sell large change programs. People need to be ready for that. It's not like selling a coffee. What you can do, though, is meet lots of people and just be active and talk to them and listen to them and engage with them. And my feeling is if you show up in the world, you're useful and additive, and you add to the debate, don't ask for anything. Over time, people remember the conversations, and the ones that found that interesting will continue the relationship, and eventually some of them will turn into clients.
The other thing is being proactive on behalf of the clients, you know, to engage with them with new ideas. And those things are built on creating value for them. You know, there are people inside that business that you hopefully help, and they kind of move up in the business or shine in their own way. And I think a lot of it is to think deeply and proactively about how you can continue to help them. They remember the chemistry, the fact that the team was very active in that relationship, that there was a warmth, and that they felt that they were getting great work as well. It's like a butterfly effect that kind of travels around the world, and you don't know who's having that conversation. But it means that every conversation counts. Every little interaction matters, because that's the one that might make the difference.
It is important to show why your work works, though.
Yeah.
So we found it difficult to market and sell ourselves as a proposition-based agency in the correct and sensible way that you should do, probably professionally. What we've done is tried to open up a window on how we work and share how we work, and we found that far more successful. We do have ideas we share, and we have certain things written down, but I've found in conversation no one ever talks about those things. They talk about what's it like to work with you, what was that project like, who's on the team, those types of questions. How will you help us with this challenge?
Yeah, you know, as an agency, you can think about what's in it for me, what's in it for us. We're going to create something cool. But also an interest in their real challenges, you know, asking them questions that get under the skin of who they are, building that strong foundation, having an opinion. They're in their bubble. And so we can offer an objectivity that can be so empowering. And I think that's the thing to lean into. I think that's the thing to be brave about, almost, to say, actually, you know, without, again, being arrogant and pointing out the things that are wrong, but to shine a light on the opportunities is quite liberating and a breath of fresh air. So I think that's a great way of focusing on not getting the work, but building a relationship.
And that's my cast iron guarantee to you.